Well, today traders put their September stock rally on hold, but today's loss is a minor compared to the nearly 7.5% jump during the month so far. Woohoo! Time to let out the Willis watchdogs. Aaron Task is the host of Yahoo's Tech Ticker. Matt McCall is the president of Penn Financial, and Yu-Dee Chang is the chief trader and sole principal of Ace Investment in Washington, D.C. Yu-Dee, can I retire now?
Absolutely, absolutely. But I don't know about that, really. If you think about it, Jerry, I mean, I think for the short term, things are pretty positive. You know, coming into this month, the S&P was down about 6% or so. Now we're actually up about 1.7% for the year. So we're actually having a huge month to the upside. However, I still believe we're in a secular bear market. Thus, we should be buying the dips. But every time when the market does rally up, you got to be careful a little bit. I will actually ready to take some profit off the table, getting ready to buy the next dip.
All right, Matt, you've got a better scenario here, don't you?
I do. I just put a big report together today, Jerry. We think the market rallies about 50% from the bottom of 2010 to the top in 2011. That puts the S&P at about 1,500, about 35% higher from today. You look at the fundamentals. If you base the S&P at $95 per share earnings next year, and it's a 16 multiple, not to get too technical, but that breaks it down to about 1,500 next year. And you look at what's
the bottom line
The
here?
bottom line is presidential election cycle from the midterm 2010 to 2011 over going back to 1960, the worst run we've ever had from low to high, 29%. Going back 50 years.
So you're banking on politicians. Aaron, what do you say?
Well, politics is the economy now, so if you're going to bank on anything, why not? And I do think that there's so much negativity about the market that it can go higher. But I do think that we're still in a secular bear market, as your prior guest was saying, because we haven't resolved anything. Remember a month ago, the world was coming to an end. We were going to Dow 5,000. Now it's a month later. Some of the data is a little bit better, and all of a sudden everybody's bullish again. I think you're just going to keep getting these wild swings.
But within those secular bull markets, you get, like you said, Aaron, you get wild swings. You can get a 40 or 50% rally within a secular bear market.
No doubt about it, yeah.
Yep.
Stocks climb a wall of worry. I think that's
Exactly,
the old saying. All right, let's move on. The Obama administration promising to move quickly to simplify the paperwork consumers receive when taking out a home mortgage. Now, one of the requirements of the new FinReg law is to combine two overlapping mortgage disclosure forms, one required by HUD, that's Department of Housing and Urban Development, and the other by the Fed. Is this wishful thinking? I mean, like, one page, really? My arm practically fell off when I signed my mortgage documents.
I know. I hope it's true because I'm trying to sell a house right now. So the easier it is to get that thing sold, I love it. I'll give it to you. Just sign it back in my notebook and I'll let you have the house. But no, I think this is actually wishful thinking. But this is what we need. We need to make the process easier. It's a tax code. We need to make the tax code easier. Less government, less paperwork, and people will flourish if we do that.
Yu-Dee, you agree?
Yeah, absolutely 100%, Jerry. Let's simplify it so all the fourth graders can understand that. So by fifth grade, they can apply for a home mortgage. By sixth grade, when they
Isn't
roll,
that what we did a few years ago?
exactly
Is that what
by
led to the
sixth
mortgage
grade.
meltdown?
Exactly, by sixth grade, when their roadside lemonade stand broke, so they can file foreclosure by seventh grade. Absolutely the way to do it. I think the way to do it, Jerry, is to teach physical responsibility. Just by changing it to one page, it's not going to do much. So when somebody from New York, a congressman, may be yelling equal housing opportunity, if you think about it, if you can't make the first payment, you're just not one of those people who can afford a home.
Well, you know, Yu-Dee, the words fiscal responsibility don't even fit on a single page, so I don't know about this. Aaron, what do you say?
Well, I think you just got a novel idea how we could sop up all the excess home inventory in this country. Grammar school kids. Let them all buy up the house, turn it into playhouses.
There we go.
They'd run amok, and then we'd be done. You know, all the house would be sold.
Cut down on your babysitting costs.
A one page would be great. And my arm fell off too when I just recently did a refi. But it's a smoke screen. I think Obama was very wimpy in not actually naming Warren to head this agency, which she was really the force behind.
The inspiration.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to make her your gal, make her go before Congress and let people say why they don't want her. I think the American people love her, and any congressman who would go after her would have a very hard time explaining that to his constituents back home.
Very interesting. All right, we've got a critically important story. Drivers annoyed by parking tickets in Cambridge, Massachusetts are getting some advice from city officials. Try yoga. The city's parking tickets now include instructions on the other side on how to bend into simple yoga positions. Aaron?
Simple yoga positions. I can't do it in a suit, but we all need to relax more, right? So anything that helps us relax.
Come on,
in a
it's
very
a parking
stressful economy
ticket.
is a good thing. The thing, there's all this talk about state and local governments have budget cuts. They have an artist in residence in Cambridge. Where do they get the money to do this? That's what I want to know.
I'm saying.
I love it. I do yoga, so I like it. It does calm me down. I'd much rather turn it over and say, buy one, get one free at the local pub. Because I'd be much happier if I get that after getting a parking ticket.
Yu-Dee?
Yeah, of course. I'm sure I'd love to get a parking ticket, and on the ticket you'll have a yoga pose of the so-called downward-facing dog. Yeah, just rub my face in it. I'm not a Massachusetts resident. If I were, I will actually pay the ticket with my own checks with an imprint of another yoga position. It's called the rising finger. Of course, you know which finger will be rising.
Yu-Dee, I think I know what you're talking about right now, and I think we better move on. Police say
maybe this finger.
Police say a Western Pennsylvania man listed his dog as a dependent so he could get discounted for school lunches for his children. Students in the school district qualify for free lunches based on family size and income. Police arrested the man for theft after getting away with more than $1,700 in free lunches for his kids. Yu-Dee, is this a good strategy?
I think it's a wonderful strategy. I think this is a perfect case of simplifying the application process. So I want to know is, what is the social security number of that dog? Is it woof woof, bow wow, woof woof? I mean,
Or
doesn't
yap
make
yap.
sense.
It could be simply yap yap. We just don't know. Matt?
Yeah.
And you know what? A dog is expensive. It's almost as expensive as a kid, right? I mean, I don't have kids or dogs for that reason. They cost too much money. But it kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're paying that much to take care of this darn dog, write him off. It is a dependent in my mind. I'm behind this guy.
Not legal, Aaron, but a
No.
nice idea.
What's not clear to me, was this guy just trying to run a scam, or did he not have enough money to feed his kids? I mean, we have a serious
that's
problem
a
with
good
poverty and food stamps at record highs in this country. I don't know if the guy was just trying to scam, obviously that's horrible. But if he was so desperate to get his kids a free lunch, I guess there is a free lunch in this
We
country.
get rid of the dog because how much money?
Well,
you spend
because
on
you're
the
right,
dog,
people spend a ton of money on their pets.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we got to take care of the people. We got to take care of
It's
the
a
people
good point.
first.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
The
talking
Wall-
about the person.
Go ahead, Yu-Dee.
I'm talking about the person, talking about the system, but think about the dog, the poor dog who has to eat school cafeteria food. Yuck.
You kill me. All right. The Wall Street Journal is reporting on a new trend. More and more men apparently feeling too inadequate, that is, to run in their own races, are crashing all-women marathons and, of course, winning. Matt, can't you guys let us have anything?
So is that why you have three men on the panel tonight to get bash us all together here?
I would never bash you. This isn't a bashing segment. This is serious journalism.
No, that's not a real man. I mean, if you're a man's man, you want to beat the men. You don't want to play against the girls. I mean, come on. I mean,
I think we
I
call
don't
them
back
women.
this at all.
I think we call them
women,
women.
sorry.
Aaron?
Yes. Well, this gives new meaning to the term cross-training, because some of these guys are dressing up like women to run in these races. One guy, though, did say, like, this, if you want to meet young women in good shape, what better way? So maybe there is some real men in doing
He's
it.
onto
But
something there, maybe,
it's
yeah.
still, are these races not open to men? That's what I don't understand.
Well,
I mean,
they just kind of jump
they're
in,
just-
and because of the law, you can't prevent them
can't
from
prevent
running.
them.
Yu-Dee, what do you
it's like
make of
Hooters
it?
waiters, right?
Actually, you missed the storyline. The storyline, this is actually was a promotion for a Disney movie, not a Disney race. It's called the Marathon Crashers.
Very cute.
Yeah, I think this. I think men, like the previous guest said, I think it's a great place to actually meet natural, healthy, and fit women. So it's the fact that he missed the point. He should have attended the race, but not win it, dummy.
Exactly.
So just be loud and proud.
To
and
hang out at the
proud.
finish line, yeah.
Yep, and
Wow, you're really fast.
line, is
You look
that what you
great.
call it? Oh my God, men are appalling. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I take it all back.
Not these men, of
Much
course. right?
love to everybody.
course not.
Thanks, Aaron, Matt, and Yu-Dee. I know you guys are running these races. Well, while some economists say the recession is over, others are